Hi, Bother Brigade. Here's what's bothering me today. There's been a very unfortunate, massive natural disaster happening in various parts of the Midwest. We're going to talk about several states here. So first we got to talk about Kentucky, where what happened in Kentucky last night was the worst tornado ever recorded in the state's history. Anywhere from 50 to 100 people could be confirmed dead, according to the governor. So I guess this means we got to talk a bit about tornadoes and stuff. So real quick, there's kind of a common misconception when we think of Tornado Alley, right? Which is like northern parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, like parts of Iowa and South Dakota, stuff like that, right? But tornadoes can happen pretty frequently anywhere between there and Kentucky and the Midwest in general. To oversimplify things, hot air meets cool air. They mix together, causes storms, and therefore also tornadoes, often accompanied by hail. So people in these areas, especially in like parts of Kentucky, Indiana, Southern Illinois, they're not unfamiliar with tornadoes. And we're going to come back to this. However, as some people have pointed out, y'all, tornadoes killing 100 people in the middle of a December night doesn't seem normal to me. Because it patently isn't. This is not a normal thing. 20 years ago, the Midwest could guarantee snow multiple times in December. This year it's been 50 to 60 degrees almost every day in December. Sure, these people may be familiar with tornadoes, but December is not considered part of tornado season. This is yet another instance of climate change affecting communities all over, showing that it is a truly global problem that is very serious and is already affecting people, and it needs to be addressed. But that's not what I'm actually here to talk about. I'm here to talk about one of the other unfortunate incidents that came out of last night. So we already talked about the governor of Kentucky saying that they were expecting up to, if not more than, 100 people to die. Well, we got to go to a neighboring state, and particularly the city or the suburb of Edwardsville, Illinois. Apparently, at least 100 workers were trapped inside an Amazon fulfillment center there. The facility is pretty much almost entirely destroyed, and search and rescue efforts are ongoing. However, at least 2 people died in there and more are unaccounted for because Amazon forced them to work last night despite tornado warnings, just like they forced people to work in heat waves last summer, just like they forced people to work through COVID. Amazon is killing workers. And yeah, we've talked about this before, about the Amazon outbreak at the fulfillment center in Brampton. Like, I can't stress this enough. There was ample warning that the tornadoes were coming, and yet Amazon forced its workers to work through a tornado, and this is the result. Erica, the white trash socialist and one of the fine members of Left Flank Vets, summed it up rather nicely. Amazon knew we were facing life-threatening storms last night. We all knew. They made the choice to send workers into a giant unsecured warehouse, and now workers are dead. Amazon murdered people last night. Capitalism is so fucked up that we got people working through tornadoes because, oh no, come on, like what if it doesn't hit? And then, you could have gotten the parcels off and, that's a loss of money and productivity. Come on now. People are dead just before Christmas, all to satisfy greed. And there's one comment circling around the internet that is just, I don't know if it's made sarcastically or this person is just genuinely discovering this for the first time. Why were people forced to work a shift while a tornado rages? Because of capitalism, because of greed, because Jeff Bezos wants to run the entire goddamn world, and he is not afraid to step over a mountain of literal corpses to do so. For the sake of greed and money and profit and the economy and the whole garbage capitalist system, and due to the need to provide under said system, workers are dead. Dozens, if not potentially over 100 people are dead in the wake of this tornado, with which there was ample warning about, all to satisfy just base human needs out of desperation and to satisfy the greed and just terribleness of the capitalist elite. And this is all again right before Christmas. These tornadoes are not normal for this time of year, so that's the climate change aspect. and forcing people to work during terrible conditions when normally, oh, hey, there's a tornado warning, it's very serious. Well, get into the shelter or get into a relatively safe area, like hide in the bathtub, stuff like that we've all learned about. But they chose to ignore that for the sake of greed and profit. All this terribleness together is absolutely what's bothering me today.